excited. All right, hello everybody. It has been a little while since I've done this with my bestest buddy in the world, Rents. And I do say the world because he lived on the other side of the world. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't mean to dox you. I didn't mean to share your location.
You've well and truly doxed me by putting me halfway around the world.
Yes, but you
Yeah,
have no idea where I am, guys. I could be in New Zealand and have a very good American accent. So there.
yeah. And halfway around the world from New Zealand would be
I don't know, some ocean probably.
what? Uh,
Uh,
Russia? I don't know.
I genuinely
Well,
don't know. I mean, Russia's halfway around the world for like a lot of people. It's practically halfway around the world for itself, you know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Russia is halfway around the world for half of the world. Yeah.
Right, but you guys did not come here to talk about Russia. You guys came here to listen to me and Rince talk about whether um fathers and sons need male bonding time. So I'm going to begin with a story that really sparked my current rage. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to spoil it. I don't want you guys to know my opinion on it yet. That's supposed to be a surprise. Anyway, let me tell you a story. So this was a Reddit post, so I don't know if it's true, but a woman had 14-year-old triplets, one girl and two boys, and I believe that can be true because I happen to know some triplets that is one girl and two boys, but I'm pretty sure it's not them. And the dad took the sons to Six Flags, and the daughter wanted to go, but the sons told her, "No, you can't go. It's a boys' trip. You would just ruin the vibe." And the mom could not convince her husband to let the daughter go, so the mom took her daughter out to have a spa day, and then she took her daughter out to Build-A-Bear. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm worried that we won't get any commenters because I went live recently a few weeks ago.
Right. No, okay. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So
Uh,
sorry. Back to the story. Okay. So, she took her
yeah.
daughter out on a spa day, to Build-A-Bear, to get a nice dinner, and when the
And the
dad
boys went to Six Flags
they went to
and
Six
stuff.
Flags for a weekend, I want
Yeah.
to add. I mean, it wasn't just like the sons and their dad having a special boys' night together where they played video games or they went to an arcade. This was a weekend. This was, a couple of nights away. So it was quite a while. Now, when they all came back, the daughter was so excited to tell her dad about all the adventures she and her mom had had. And the dad was mad, and he told his wife, our daughter should not be getting used to special treatment. And the mom was like, I took the boys out to a theme park. What was I supposed to do? And there was actually an update to this story. It is believed that some other stuff went down, and this woman did divorce her husband and got full custody of all the kids. And the dad was fighting to get custody of his sons only, but having no interest in his wife or in his daughter. So I have two very strong opinions on this story. So first of all, let's pretend I don't have an issue with boys trips or girls trips specifically. Um, if a dad feels so inclined to have a birds and the bees conversation with his sons, they can do that, as I said, like having a dinner together, going bowling together, having an arcade night. This can be something that happens over a few hours for one day. It should not be so high budget. Theme parks are a family activity, or at least like they're an all invite all the kids activity. Like maybe the mom hates rides, but
No,
no,
but
like
hold on.
yeah.
Is that male bonding time then? To
Uh yeah.
to talk about the birds and the bees, which number one isn't just the be all and end all of male bonding time.
Really? You guys
Um,
don't talk about anything else? Because that's the only time I would say, like, oh, maybe you could use a little bit of privacy, but if it's anything else, I'm like, no, bro, say it in front of the girls, too. Like, what do you have to say that the girls can't hear?
no, but male bonding time, it's not as simple as a game of bowling. A game of bowling, oh, it's fine. Do you understand?
Okay, I was throwing that out as an example. Like, I could see, okay, a male bonding activity is like a boys' night. We do a thing for a night. We, yeah, the dad spends time with his sons. It might be an activity within the home. It might be an activity outside the home. But it should not be as high budget as a theme park. That's insane. To go to a theme park for
Yes.
a weekend, a few days, and not invite your daughter, that sucks. That really sucks. It's horrible. Um, so that was my first opinion, like, okay, fine. Guy bonding time, girl bonding time, whatever. But not taking your sons to Six Flags and not taking your daughter. That is cruel. That is ridiculous. Um,
Yeah, but I mean, who's gonna drive? Who's
the dad.
yeah, that yeah, the dad has to drive.
Well, I mean, like Six Flags is really expensive, so it's not something you can just go to every month. And for a lot of people, you can't just go every year. Like, my family could not just go to Six Flags every year. It would have to be once every few years. It's not something you can just do every year or a couple times a
Yeah,
year. It's a very high budget activity for your sons, and it's simply financially irresponsible to, like, spend all that money and like not take all of your kids or your entire family. That's ridiculous.
yeah, yeah.
I actually saw a really interesting comment. So this was a YouTuber shared this story. I don't know if I mentioned that. I didn't just read it on Reddit. I read something very similar on Twitter. But no, this was a woman on YouTube reading out this story, and then she gave her opinion, and then the commenters on YouTube gave their opinions. And this one dude, well, I'm assuming it's a guy, he broke down the story like a fifth grade math problem. He was like, okay, let's say we have a $1,000 budget and we have a family with a mom and a dad and a daughter and two sons. So that means we should split it evenly, and spend $200 on each person for them to have their own activity, or we can split the girls up and the boys up and give them each $500 to plan an activity with, and that means the mom and daughter can have a slightly bigger activity or more playtime, and the fathers and sons have to budget it a bit better. I'm like, that's not how life works. What are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah, what? Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
but
No,
I yeah,
that's right. But so for me, English or British,
British.
um, British, Six Flags, like Alton
Hmm.
Towers. Um, yeah. Uh, so you're saying this dad went to Six Flags and the rides were it was about um, I'll take my sons on these rides. My daughter can't handle the other rides. Is that right?
Well,
Uh,
no, the commenter was just speculating. What if an imaginary family of five had hi, Saturn rings. I don't remember. Oh wait, no, you're Alex, right? I think you're Alex. I recognize the profile photo. Alex is watching. He said hi. Okay.
hello,
Uh,
Alex.
yeah. And if you're not Alex, like, whoopsie, my bad. Okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, this commenter was speculating, what if this imaginary family of five had exactly $1,000, and how would they make it fair with a $1,000 budget? And the commenter was like, "Oh, well, you should spend $200 on each person for each person to do something they like, or you should have the mom and daughter get 500 to do something, and the father and sons have 500 to do something else, and this might have nothing to do with an amusement park. This just might be like a family activity in general." And to me, that's just a really weird way to put it, and most people don't think about it like
Yeah.
that. But I wanted to read to you a couple of comments under this video that particularly annoyed me. So, all of them were in disagreement with the dad, where it's like, um, okay, just because you want to have special bonding time with your sons does not mean you can prevent your daughter from having bonding time with her mom. Like, that doesn't make any sense, and that's abusive. that I would agree with, but I also kind of disagree with having specifically boys bonding time and girls bonding time in general. So anyway, here's the first comment that rubbed me the wrong way. So Speed Demon Dawn said, the boys trip one. I am all about a dad taking his boys on a boy trip. Boys under each other feel more free than with girls always present. First of all, I just want to point out the wording. Boys under each other? What kind of gay shenanigans are you getting up to? What do you mean, boys under each other? I think you mean boys with each other or boys around each other, but whatever. So boys around each other feel more free than with girls always present, so it's fun to just do boy stuff, and every family should do this in my opinion. However, oh wait, no, this is the comment. However, you should take an entire budget and split it over the amount of people. If you have one dad, one mom, two boys, and one girl, guess these. With a total of $1,000 to spend, you take $200 a person to do fun stuff. Alternatively, you could just split it 500 between girls and boys, which would give the smaller group more playroom, but that's up to you. Let girls have girl time and boys have boy time, but also do plenty of stuff together as a family. Okay, so my first issue with this comment is the sentence right here. Boys under each other feel more free than with girls always present, so it's fun to just do boys stuff. Why? Why do boys feel free without girls always present? I think if this is your mindset, there's a problem and we need to talk about why you feel this way. Like, are there just some things you can't talk about in front of girls? If so, what are those things? Is it like?
Do you think? No, I'm not sure. And I don't think there's any big meaningful reason for it. I think, yeah, guys just do need guy time.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, then. Well, anyway, that's not. Okay, so Alex.
All right, well, go ahead. Girl time.
All right, so Alex said something. Wait, what's the context of this? So Alex, I read a particular, I was watching a YouTube video, and there was a Reddit story about a dad who took his sons on a boys trip, and the girl was not invited. So the mom did something with her daughter to have fun, and then the dad came back, and he was mad that the mom did something special with her daughter, and was like, "Wait, you can't teach her to expect preferential treatment." And I was saying, like, okay, I have an issue with how the father handled it. He clearly hates his daughter and thinks she doesn't deserve to have fun. But I also think that the concept of boys needing boy time and girls needing girl time is, like, doesn't make any sense. Like, oh yeah, that's not awesome sauce. Loser dad, yeah. But
who said awesome sauce?
Answer yes. Who is Double Judo? I'm guessing that this is what's his name? Yeah, okay, Judo. Yeah. Answer yes. Thank you and good night. Okay. Good night, Judo. Yeah, I figured Judo would say something like that. Judo. Anyway, so yeah, so my question would be if you believe that, why? And like Rince said, like, yes, boys do need boy time and girls do need girl time. Question, why though? Why?
Yeah, well, if you're asking me,
I have indeed asked you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? And I actually don't know. Do boys need boy time? Girls need girl time?
Yeah.
I don't know. You touched on some topics there about what you touched on.
Yeah.
And
and I mean, we can get back into them here.
Yeah, but so like sex ed or whatever. But you know, there's like the Boy Scouts thing, like learn how to build a tent, make a fire, boo, and then girls like learn how to bake a cake. This is how you use the oven. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
Wait, sorry. What did you
Uh,
say was ridiculous? I lost my train of thought. I was busy removing judo as a moderator.
all right. And so, I mean, the initial thing of this discussion: do fathers and sons need male bonding time? Yeah. And what is the difference of male bonding time and female? Does
Well,
a
the well
father
the
love
difference
the
would be
mother?
the daughters are hanging out with the mother and the sons are hanging out with the father is the difference.
Yeah. And that's I don't think that happens. Well, maybe it does happen,
No, it
but it
100%
shouldn't.
happens. No, it like totally happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this 100, and I think it's very, very American too. I don't know if other, if like European or people do this. I know that like in I don't non-Western countries, they definitely have very different gender roles between the men and the women, and like they probably do have boys' time and girls' time, but they kind of like girls having a spa day and boys having a sports day is very, very,
Yeah.
very American.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Um,
I guess like this to me would only work if it was like you have okay, let's say you have three children, two of them are boys, one of them is a girl. The two boys love sports. The dad loves sports. The mom does not like sports. The daughter doesn't like sports, but they love shopping and they love spa days. So, they spend one weekend. The boys go to a game and the girls do a spa day, and everybody is happy because they have vastly different personalities and interests. Boom. Okay, so the dad was just like, "How dare you make my daughter happy?" and absolutely appealed because if so, no, yes, 100%, yes, that is exactly what happened, Alex. But yeah, okay, but like as I was saying, the only situation where like this sort of female bonding time, male bonding time would work if it's like, oh, the girls all like one thing and the boys all like one thing, so let's like they don't have to spend time as a family this weekend. Let's have them do their own thing and have fun. But to me, that's not specifically female bonding time or male bonding time. That's like the members of the family that enjoy the same thing go do the same thing, and the members of the family that enjoy the same thing go do that other thing. And every family is so different because as I told you, Rance, in my family, um, my sister and my brother love soccer and love sports. My youngest brother has also gotten into soccer and sports in general. So they love soccer. They would be so happy going to a soccer game. In fact, like my entire family just goes to each other's soccer games, and stuff like that in general. And yeah, and I wouldn't do that because I don't enjoy that. My parents have never done like a specifically male bonding time or female bonding thing because that wouldn't be practical to our family because all four of us have such different personalities and such different interests. So it would just be like that's what boy/girl would be. I mean, yeah, but like it's not specifically female bonding time versus male bonding time. It only is in this situation because the girls happen to all like the same thing and the boys happen to all like the same thing, but not every family is like that. And there's so many tomboys and there's so many boys who are just not interested in sports whatsoever. So if the situation is okay, let's say all the kids like one thing. So there was another story. This was on Twitter. It was almost an identical situation, and it got the same reaction. So the dad was taking his sons and some male cousins on a boys' fishing trip. And his daughter loved fishing, loves hanging out with her dad, but she can't come this time because this is a boys' thing. And she's like 10 years old, so similar kind of adolescent sort of thing. And there's 100% no reason for her not to come except she's a girl and we live in a society. We live in a society TM where we believe that women, well, no, we don't believe it's true. Like women tend to feel more open talking about certain things in front of other women, and boys tend to feel more comfortable talking about things in front of other boys and men. And I guess the dad thought that he could get his boys to open up more if they all went on a fishing trip without the girl. And my thought is like, no, you should 100% encourage your family to be open in front of each other, regardless of whether your family member is a girl or not. Because I can't think of a single thing that a man needs to know as a man that a woman should not know. Like, please name one thing that, like,
but do
yeah.
you think though? But do you think that there's some pressure put on, um, perhaps the father, but
Hmm.
also the son, uh, and this like societal thing to you must be a man, and this is where you must do it. You must be a man. You must say sports. You must do this. You must not cry.
Yeah,
You
and that's
must,
well, and if
help a woman, and so forth. So
okay, and if the reason that boys get boy time is because they're not allowed to open up in front of girls or because they have to like sports, that is all the reason not to have this specific segregated boys time.
yes,
Like that,
yeah,
yeah. Um,
okay.
and that's not necessarily what it always is. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what it was, so I'll have to think about it later.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
no, it's good. But like, yeah, I if everybody enjoys the activity, I don't see the need like in this situation, Six Flags. Um, most kids would probably enjoy going on a rare activity to a theme park. Why are you not inviting the girl? What could possibly be so masculine about theme parks that your daughter is not allowed to go? Um, and yeah, and as I was saying, like with the guy said with what Speed Demon Dawn said in this comment, boys under each other feel more free than with girls always present. Let's we should change that. Like what? No. Um
Yeah, just say that comment again.
okay, so the statement in the comment, I will get to you, Judo. I feel like you're harping way too on semantics. I'm talking about male bonding time versus female bonding time, where the point of the activity is that it's gender specific. And I think it is different if they all like the same activity, because then it's less about being gender specific and more about liking the same activity, in which case it's not specifically boy time for the sake of being boy time. It's like going to do a thing together and it happens to be boys only. That's what I mean.
But
Yes, technically, semantically, it would be boy time and girl time, but that's not what I'm talking about. Sorry, Rince, go ahead.
right. So to put the shoe on the other foot, as it were.
I'm not wearing shoes.
Um,
Because I'm in bed, and I
okay.
don't wear shoes in
Put the
bed.
flip flop on the other flop flip. To put the shoe on the other foot, would uh, uh, would a girl need help from a mother or advice? So the question is, do fathers and sons need more bonding time? Do girls and do mothers and girls need more bonding time?
Yeah, so it isn't a gender thing, it's more just her being treated differently than a son. Yes, exactly. And like Judo was talking about in a particular scenario, if all the sons liked sports and all the daughters liked spa days, it would make sense for the mom and the girls to do spa days and the dad and the sons to do sports day. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But that's again less about the gender thing and more about, oh, well, this part of the family likes this activity versus this activity. And then it's not inherently a gender thing. But yeah, I was talking
No.
about like making it a gender thing when it doesn't have to be if the girls and the boys like the same thing, but the girls aren't allowed to come. But yeah, okay, so let's talk about mother-daughter bonding time. I think that I am not really one to speak on this because I really, really hated even the concept of mother-daughter bonding time growing up, but that is my own unique experience because I am very gender dysphoric, and the idea of like feeling like a girl being taught how to be a woman by my mom sent me into a strange panic that I would say the majority of girls do not experience. But I would say, yeah, it would make a ton of sense for a mom to teach her daughter about things that she would need to learn, such as pads, tampons, birth control, whatever. Some
Oh
might
my
even.
god.
The thing about being reserved around the opposite sex only makes sense to me if they're not related. I can see both men and women not wanting to give off a vibe to others. In a healthy family, I think everyone should be more comfortable with sisters and brothers. Good. Yeah, I agree with this. I'll talk a little bit about like being reserved around the opposite sex when it comes to strangers because I have some opinions on this. And you might think I'm like um being as pessimistic as possible, but I will get into like the strangers thing. But with brothers and sisters, absolutely, I think it's really important to be comfortable opening up to your brothers and sisters equally. Though if the boy time, girl time is just being reckless, then I don't know. Judo, can you clarify what you mean about reckless? I'm curious what you mean by that. Okay, but like I was saying, I think it makes sense for a mom to teach her daughter about things that unfortunately she's gonna have to deal with as a grown woman. But I think that a father should completely step up and do it if the mom doesn't, or if there is no mother in the picture, and that it's not weird or bad for a dad to do it too. And I think it also sets a good example to the daughter that if she chooses to marry a man later in life, she should find somebody who is comfortable with menstruation, because if you're a man attracted to women, you're going to have menstruation in your life, and this is something you should become okay with. Yeah. But yeah, I guess like, but then what else would like girl, like mother daughter bonding time entail? I don't know. Okay, so growing up, branching away a little bit from mother daughter bonding time and specifically like girls time. So I grew up going to Awana, which is an evening Christian youth group that was weekly. And from the ages of 8 to 11, the girls and boys were separated. And I remember being very perplexed by this and not liking this. And we never really had a reason for why it was the case. Some theories were like, oh, this is when you're more likely to be boy crazy or girl crazy, and you don't want the opposite sex there as a distraction, which I think is archaic and stupid, and not everybody is boy crazy or girl crazy. And if you're gonna treat the opposite sex like a limited commodity, you are actually going to increase the boy craziness or girl craziness that's gonna happen, especially if the opposite sex is just so mysterious and separated from you. So, whatever. But yeah. But I remember being in middle school aged, and that was when the boys and girls were no longer separated, but the girls would talk to each other about girl things. The girls would talk to each other about girl things. I actually remember being so uncomfortable if I was in a group of only women or only girls and they were all talking about periods or boys or bra fittings. Like, that made me so uncomfortable. I felt like the best way I could explain it, and I know it doesn't make any sense, the best way I could explain it is like I felt like a guy there who should not be hearing any of this, because it just was like really weird and uncomfortable. And why do girls feel comfortable talking about this in front of me? But that is not what we're talking about. I think, because most people are going to end up in hetero relationships, I think it is good for boys and girls to feel comfortable around each other and to understand how the opposite sex works, because otherwise you're going to be really embarrassed when you're 22 and you like don't know anything about how women work and you have a girlfriend now. But yeah, I don't think that there's, growing up in a lot of kids are separated during sex ed, and I don't think that's very helpful, because I think boys and girls should be learning about the same things, because most likely they're going to end up in a relationship with the opposite sex. And on top of that,
Yeah.
as I was telling Rins earlier, um women's reproductive systems are a topic of political debate. Um, that'd be the gender specific stuff. That'd be for boy/girl. Amplify that by 200%. But I want to understand what you mean by. But if the time/girl time is just being reckless, I don't know. I really want to know what you mean by reckless part. Like, specify what you mean by reckless. Like, are the boys doing something completely dangerous and risky that they wouldn't do in front of the girls? Is that what you're saying? Um, sorry, subject change. When I was in this youth group and the girls did their own thing and the boys did their own thing, um, our schedules were different. So for the girls, we would begin with Bible verse time, where we would memorize Bible verses and say them to our teachers. The second part would be game time, where we would do an organized game for like 30 to 45 minutes. And then we would do council time, which is where a woman would give us a little sermon or something about the Bible. Now, the boys, so the first part of the boys' time was, number one, they would begin with game time, where they would run around and play in the gym. Then they would do handbook time, where they would memorize Bible verses, say them to their teachers. Then I believe they would do council time, and then they would go outside and play even more, and they would do crazy things like they would like one time they exploded a watermelon in a trash can. Sometimes they had food fights, just like generally very energetic activities like that. And that was kind of ridiculous to me, where we were just assuming that boys have way more energy than girls do. Because at that age I was also extremely energetic, and I didn't I felt really weird that I was expected to sit still longer than the boys were expected to. Shit like being gay with the homies, talk about okay, yes, judo. I did want to say this. I'm like, if it is so important to you to have a guys only thing and no women are allowed, I'm either assuming you're getting into some deeply misogynistic shit or you're getting into deeply homophobic shit. It's not homophobic, deeply gay shit. You're either being gay or you're being misogynistic or both. That's what I'm going to assume. Chicks talking about periods, crushes, are okay. I don't being a mess, whatever their feelings. Um,
I wish I could read the comments. I
can you
can't read
not?
the
Why
comments.
can't you read them? Um,
Well,
Okay, I do want to argue. I don't think girls talking. I don't like how you worded that sentence. I don't think girls talking about their feelings or their bodies changing is reckless. But I think some of the very out there frat boy activities where they're expected to do things like in their underwear doing shots off each other, that's some gay nonsense. Okay, actually it's more like just being vulnerable with the same sex.
that's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
and I think it is
Okay.
very common. I think it's more common to be more vulnerable with the same sex than with the opposite sex. I've actually had the opposite issue with no, actually no, I've just had the opposite issue where I feel like I cannot freaking open up to these girls without them thinking I'm weird, but I can open up to guys so much easier because they're just way more loyal and way more understanding and way more honest, and girls are just like, "Oh, that's weird. I can't deal with that." Like that's I have a boundary. Like I can't hear that.
That that is an interesting thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That yeah, like how can yeah, how comfortable you feel with the same sex. Yeah,
I
as a
don't.
gay
I
man,
don't, but it's probably because I'm attracted to the same sex, and I think that's a very common
uh,
experience for homosexual people. Or maybe not. I don't know about
okay,
you.
yeah.
Let me know what you think.
Well, I don't know. No, you made me question now.
I mean, okay,
It's,
growing
but
up, if you were indeed a kid who would be vulnerable with your friends, did you feel like you would be more vulnerable and comfortable with female friends or with male friends? Or do you remember? Was it so long ago that dinosaurs existed that you don't remember anymore?
yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, and I'm not going to swear because we're live, but you are a swear word for saying that. Right, no, yes, yeah, I can't remember. It was long ago, not dinosaur times, but no, of course. Actually, when we talk about memory, can you ask me the question again?
Ha
I
ha
can't
ha.
remember.
Okay, well
Uh-huh.
here I will say something. Okay, growing up in elementary school, I remember most of my friends were girls, but I also remember the majority of girls in my classes and the majority of boys in my classes thinking I was very weird and off-putting. I was like even too weird for the boys. Like I would be out there digging around in the mud, and most of the boys thought that was weird and gross. Okay, I think women should be allowed to express themselves around each other, and why should that be affecting you if you're not involved, you know? Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Women should be comfortable expressing themselves around each other. And I think, I will not take that away from them. I just think that teaching your children from an early age to be comfortable in front of, I don't know, I mean, I think it's easy to be vulnerable with real friends regardless of sex. This is true, although I have felt like I can be very vulnerable in front of, like, strangers, and definitely male strangers more than female strangers. Um, no, here's the thing, Judo. I have plenty of female friends. I had more female friends, but I lost them because they realized I was too weird. So that's great. But yeah, what I wanted to say. I
I want to
think
talk more about that.
You want to talk about what?
More about that. What you just said.
What did I just say? Like losing a bunch of my female friends because they thought I was weird.
Yes.
I think that girls and boys should be comfortable talking about their own unique experiences as girls and boys in front of each other. And I think that also, um, the truth is that girls are more likely to make female friends growing up, and boys are more likely to make male friends growing up, and that should not be manipulated or tampered with. Like, let people make friends with whoever they want. But I will say, like, the need to, um, the choice to separate along a line of sex along the line of sexes. That I think is stupid. But like, if girls are gonna talk to their female friends about something, like that completely makes sense, and there's no reason to break that up or force boys in. But I think that drawing lines between sexes and encouraging more difference than there needs to be is not helpful or productive. Okay, not trying to call people misogynistic or anything. Sorry, I'm talking too quickly. Alex said, not trying to call people misogynist or anything like that, and I understand where they're coming from, but like I just don't get complaining about that when they aren't directly trying to affect you. Okay, I don't know if you're talking about me anymore or judo. Yeah, I am sorry if it sounded like I was complaining about that. I was more complaining like, why do we feel the need to encourage specifically female bonding time where girls are only going to talk to girls and bond with their moms or their aunts or something and not have the same sort of energy with their dad. I don't think we should force the kids to open up to parents they're not comfortable opening up to, but I do think it's good to teach a girl that both her mom and dad are there for her if something really awkward and uncomfortable happens to her. Same with a son, that both his mom and his dad are there if something really awkward and uncomfortable happens to him. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think, especially when it comes to young women and teenage girls, oh my goodness, the world will not leave poor teenage girls alone when it comes to what girls like. Sorry, I had something completely different to talk about. This reminds me of something. Okay, has anyone seen Turning Red? Have you seen Turning Red, Prince?
No. What is it? A
Okay.
film?
It was a somewhat recent Pixar film that came out a few years ago, and it is about a girl, and basically a coming of age film for a girl, where when she comes of age, she turns into a red panda, but she can turn it off if she wants to. But basically, when she gets really emotional, like excited or angry or sad, she turns into a red panda. It's never expressly mentioned, but it's sort of hinted that turning into a red panda is like an allegory for getting a period. And what was my point with? Okay, my point with this is that when this movie came out, it talked a lot about. I look, you forgot about. I figured you would have, Alex. Okay, the movie. The movie was like mostly woman centered and girl centered. It was about the daughter. It was about the relationship with her mom, and it was about the relationship with the mom's mom. So three generations of women and some of the trauma and generational trauma that came with that, like feeling like you need to be good enough for your mom and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
I actually had like no issue whatsoever with the the parental dynamic going on and a girl learning that or like girls feeling like they'll never be good enough for their mothers and then learning that, oh, actually their mothers do love them, they just had a hard time communicating that to them, and then the mom learning to respect the girl as a unique individual and blah blah blah. That was all cool. I really had no issue with the film. I don't think there was anything wrong with it, but I do remember everyone being so excited when it came out and so many women being like, oh, this is such an accurate representation of girlhood, um, and I guess maybe so, but it actually just annoyed me because all the girls in the movie were like exactly the type of girls who would hate me growing up and I would hate them, and I'd be like, y'all are so weird and annoying, and they would be like, okay, you're so weird and gross. So it felt like just watching a movie about the girls that I was like never allowed to be within. Like the girlhood, I can't talk. It was like watching a movie about the girls who would gatekeep girlhood from me, where I could never just get female friends because all of them are like this and all of them are different from me and they thought I was weird. And yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed about that because I do wish I got to have like a normal female childhood growing up with like girls sleepovers and stuff like that. But whatever. Um So yeah, so I was kind of I found the characters to be a little bit annoying, but more so just because it just reminded me of peers I had growing up that really annoyed me. But
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was watching okay, but Rince, you might find this funny. So I really like this YouTuber, or I used to like this YouTuber. I have some qualms with him now. Alex Myers, he is a gentleman who is about your age, and he likes to make video.
My
Yeah,
age.
yes, your age. He was born May 1990, 1988. And he,
Okay.
yeah, he
Way
tends to,
older than me.
uh-huh. And he tends to review, he reviews all kinds of movies, the types of movies that just come out, some cult classics from the 90s, stuff that's nostalgic to him, lots and lots of rom-coms, lots and lots of teen rom-coms.
Right.
So he watched Turning Red, and he was like, "Wow, these girls are so annoying." And the comments were like, okay, clearly you've never been a teenage girl because these are the most normal teenage girls." And sorry, I was coming to a point. The point was, these teenage girls were seen as annoying because they were kind of boy crazy. They were very loud and expressing themselves, and they really liked boy bands, and they were just like normal teenage girls. Like, oh my goodness, the amount of hate that boy bands would get simply because teenage girls liked them, or the amount of hate that Twilight got simply because teenage girls liked it, or the amount of hate that like certain literature gets because teenage girls like it. I'm not saying that that media is above criticism. It is absolutely not. But I feel like so much hate those things get is because teenage girls like it. Because society, oh my goodness, I sound like a it's about society person
No,
again.
but yes, there's truth in that. But there's uh, it's the same with just anything that's popular.
Yeah.
You know, the Harry Potter films, Game of Thrones, um,
I mean,
you know,
I guess I'm
all these
confused.
things.
I mean, I guess I'm confused. Like, did people find Harry Potter cringe or um Game of Thrones cringe? I would say with Harry
But
Potter, I think a lot of people find it cringe when people who are your age get Harry Potter tattoos and make Harry Potter a
yeah,
part of their personality. But
yeah,
that's like a millennial.
yeah.
Okay, you know
Well,
what? You have a point.
I
I would
do. I
say,
have a Harry Potter tattoo. I
do you
have a
actually?
broomstick across my chest, and then Harry Potter's like legs dangling over my stomach. Yeah, and yeah, I have and I have Quidditch tattooed on my Quidditch. Yeah, on my fingers. Rather than love and hate, I have Quid and Itch
I don't get the
on my
love and hate
fingers.
tattoos either. That's so tacky. Or like the card game,
Yeah,
the club, the heart, the spade, and the diamond. Have you seen that? Has any? I just it's like so stupid.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's easy to call
Yeah,
things like Twilight and Justin Bieber boy bands bad because to dudes it's like culturally for dudes gay or something. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think a lot of times boys will it's actually kind of like this about Sanrio now, if you know what that is. It's like the universe of Hello Kitty and Hello Kitty's friends. And boys will be like, "That's gross, that's weird, I hate it." Because they're like overcompensating. They don't want other boys to see them as feminine or gay. And I think that's a problem. I think it's a problem that femininity is seen as something as like boys are afraid to be perceived as, or boys will be bullied or harassed for being feminine, and so being feminine suddenly becomes a negative thing to be.
yeah.
Loki, I've been turned off from listening to like every musical ever because the fandoms for them are so annoying and weird, but like not the good weird, if that makes sense. No, you're right. That sucks. I'm curious to know what musicals you're talking about because yeah, fandoms are crazy. Uh I don't know if
Can
that's
I jump in there
no, yeah,
just for
sorry.
one
I'm
second?
talking too much.
Because no. So yeah, Saturn says something before, but yeah, that low key thing.
Wait,
LOWK Saturn, which I think means yeah, low key. So yeah, so I'm old. Yes, I'm a millennial. And low key.
He's so old
And
that
I
he
was just
struggled
so
to get
proud
the
of
word
myself that I was
millennial
like,
out.
oh, he means, they mean Loki. But Loki pisses me off.
Loki pissed you
Oh, it's
off.
Loki this or Loki that.
Heathers and Hamilton, interesting. I didn't realize that Heathers had. Does Heathers have a young fandom? Like, are teenagers listening to Heathers or getting crazy over Heathers? Um, Hamilton is really interesting because I remember Hamilton was one of those things where boys and girls both liked that. I mean, you were generally probably a nerdy theater kid, but you didn't have to be. Like, both boys and girls liked Hamilton because it didn't really feel like it was for girls. It was about history. And history is boy
Do you
stuff.
know, I've never seen it. I've never seen Hamilton.
Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes.
Okay, well you can watch Hamilton on that. There's a really good recording of the Hamilton musical with the original cast with really good quality camera and camera angles. It's completely worth watching.
Okay.
Yeah, I
No.
really liked it when I was like 15. Um Ankh doesn't know what Loki means. Gert Fingal your little packet. Okay,
What does
okay, I don't know what that means
your
either.
finger? That's like when I was trying to speak Swedish to you. Was I trying to speak Swedish to you?
That sounds dirty. I'm scared.
Your finger, your little baby.
Locanular.
like generally, yeah. Good. It stands for look. There's a hat in the way. Look, Kenjinley.
Okay, I have noticed that since the recent departure of a man that some people knew and loved, people have been inserting the word Kirk into other words like Low Kirkin Ewanly, um,
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
so,
Yeah.
so it could be like Loka 6, 7,
That's fun. What? No.
6, 7, right?
No, too
Yeah.
young. Hold on. I'm sharing a meme with the server.
Low.
Low Kirkin to logic, low state.
Thank you so much for reading that out. I really struggled. Say it again.
Low Kirkin to
Low.
logic, low state.
Brilliant.
I don't know. I'm scared. I keep thinking that I'm chronically online and then it's like and then this. And then I'm like, no, I'm not as online as I think I am. Judo keeps posting the craziest stuff he finds on Twitter in the server and I'm like, okay, I'm really not as online as I thought I was. I feel proud of myself. I am still somewhat attached to reality. I noticed, Judo. Okay, let's get back to the topic at hand of like boy time and girl time because I didn't get to read another comment that I wanted to read. So, another comment posted on the video, Loki plus Charlie Kirk plus ontological. Ooh, okay. Plus ontological plus flow state. Um, oh wait, no, I know what flow state is. I forgot. Flow state.
Well,
Correct
can you
me.
tell me what ontological means before you tell me what
I don't
philosophy means?
actually know. I'm gonna look that up.
Shall we Google it together?
It's too late. I've already looked up. It
I'm
questions
sorry.
about the nature of being, existence, and reality, asking what exists and what it means for something to exist rather than how we know it. It explores fundamental categories of reality. Okay, so it's basically like it's kind of like a fancy word for philosophy or a specific type of philosophy.
Yeah. Or like the thing of existence, like
We are
an
such
existential
unks.
crisis.
We are such unks right now. Okay. Hold on. We're okay. I'm done with brain rot. I'm done with brain rot. We're going back to deep discussions about gender. So Arthur114 said, in regards to the boys' trip, in principle, I don't have an issue with it. There is an importance to men and women having time away from the opposite sex to talk about things they would otherwise not be comfortable discussing. I do think the dad went about this the wrong way, though. Definitely there shouldn't be the attitude of ruining the vibe among boys. Completely agree. But there should be the understanding of we want to have male bonding time and you need female bonding time. Definitely doing it wrong, but it's not a bad thing in general if it's done right. Okay. So okay. Time away from the opposite sex. Why do we need time away from the opposite sex? Like, what about spending time with the opposite sex is so draining? Like, do you have to put a mask up in front of the opposite sex? If so, that's a you problem. Okay. So I see.
But is it?
Yes.
Is it a you problem?
Here's what I've noticed. Here's what I've noticed. A lot of guys have said that they speak differently around their male friends versus their female friends, and they guard their behavior a little bit around their female friends because with their male friends they may be more physical, like pushing each other. I've even heard guys literally say that they'll like hit each other's butts or be kind of touchy to each other in a jokingly homoerotic way, in which case again you don't want the girls there because you want to get up to some gay nonsense is what I'm hearing. But their humor might be more crude around their guy friends than their female friends. I don't really have an issue with crude humor, depending on what that means. Like, if you just want to hang out with your guy friends so you can make a bunch of like rapey jokes and like speak badly about women falls into again, you don't want women there because you want to get up to misogynistic nonsense. So I don't know.
Right, hold on, right.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I guess I wanted to say is like, what do you mean when you feel like you need to guard your behavior around the opposite sex? Do you feel like you can't help but see the opposite sex as a sex object? In which case, stop that. Stop that right now. Stop seeing it. Stop that. Number two, you have this inherent belief that you need. My friends hump on each other is where. That's what I'm saying, Alex. Like with these guy friend groups. Now growing up, I was actually in a very, very gay friend group, although it was like a bunch of late blooming gays who didn't really realize they were gay until they got older. We never did that. They never did that. And it's not like they did that when I wasn't around. Like they never did that. They do it in front of women too. They don't even care. I mean, equality. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think it's good. I mean, if they're consenting to it, fine, but I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, especially if they don't actually want to do it and they feel pressured to let their friends do that to them. I don't know. I have some feelings about that. I think teenage boys are very much too sexualized at this point. And I blame youth access to porn for that. See, I can be a conservative satanic panic monger as well. Anyway, right. So back to like men needing to guard their behavior around women. You don't need to unless your behavior is so bad that you just shouldn't be behaving that way at all. Is my opinion. Now I will say on the other hand, in my experience, talking to my guy friends versus talking to my girlfriends, I do feel like and I don't like this. I really don't like it actually. I feel like a lot of my female friends will be like, "Oh, I'm uncomfortable with talking about that." A lot of times when I bring up stuff to them. And that does kind of bother me because it means I can't really open up to them. But in general, I don't think that viewing women as a more fragile sex, so you have to be careful about what you say to them. I don't think that's good. I think that's stupid. And again, just like alienates the opposite sex and others the opposite sex way more than they are to the point where you stop viewing them as people. And you have to actually stop being yourself around women because you're like, oh, they can't handle me. And then these are the same person that feel like they need to get married by 18. Okay.
It's that
if
we go back to the times of having like male and female schools or like
bad
schools.
Yeah, no, bad. Women and men should be learning the same thing. I
Yeah.
also feel like separating the boys and girls from each other is not going to make them any less distracting. I think it would actually make it more distracting if we turn the opposite sex into a limited commodity where you barely get to see them. Where that you're going to make the kids more boy crazy and girl crazy. Hold on. Judo says something really interesting that I want to respond to. You know how on the scale between culturally masculine / feminine, the further two people are on that, the more draining it is to be around each other. This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I hung out with this girl, and we went out, clothes shop. Well, it wasn't even clothes shopping. We didn't even buy clothes. But we went out, and she was going.
Sorry. There's a couple of acronyms. Is that the right word? So just before ATP, what does ATP mean?
Wait. Where does it say AGP?
ATP.
ATP.
They
Oh,
do it in front of
ATP
women,
stands for
so
at
they
this
don't
point.
even care. ATP.
ATP stands for at this point.
Oh right, they don't even care at this point. Oh,
You know, I saw a really weird acronym the other day. It was WRT. Do you know what that means?
WRT. Willie. No, I don't know. WRT. I don't know what that means.
It stands for with respect to. First of all, I feel like if you're the type of person to say with respect to, you would type it all the way out. But whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
if you have respect. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Alex said, actually, never mind. Porn isn't that bad. No, I disagree. No, it is bad. I agree with your first statement, Alex. We should ban porn. I think we should just put like age verification procedures on sites for that kind of stuff. I mean, like we kind of do. But like I don't know, the only way we can go far enough is where we start demanding that people show their IDs before they access these websites, which I think is a dangerous idea. You should not be posting your ID on the internet. I think we should just get rid of porn. Get rid of porn.
Has
It's
happened
bad.
in Britain. That's a
For
thing
porn?
now. Yeah. You have to give your details to access an adult website. Yeah.
Well, good. I mean, it will weed out all the smart guys, and they just won't do that, and only the dumb guys will do it so that they can watch their porn. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Lol, age verification, unk slang.
Verification. Is that
Okay, well, all right. So, sorry. I was gonna start a story, but I actually changed my mind because it's really boring. What you said, Judo. Yes, like the more masculine somebody is, be it a man or woman, the more draining they will probably feel if they are around a more feminine person a lot. Which and I even think like maybe we should unpack that. Is it just that you have different perspectives and interests? In which case, yeah, that would make sense. You have nothing in common. Why would you want to hang out with each other? But if it's sort of like you look down on somebody for being more masculine or being more feminine, which often is what does happen sometimes, that's not good. I don't think we should have a superiority complex about being more masculine or being more feminine. Okay, I mean, porn is bad, but it isn't all that bad. Like, if you get addicted to pornography, that's kind of your fault. Yes. Well, then again, I don't have experience with that kind of stuff, so I don't know. Smooth, Alex. No, I'm just kidding. My opinion on porn. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad because it reinforces some really, really harmful misogynistic stereotypes about women. It enables men to see women as sex objects. It can get men addicted. It's not real sex, so it's just bad. Oftentimes these women and even men are being exploited. Oftentimes there's no way, and the horrible thing is that some of the most popular genres, and I only know this because I googled it. I did not check the website itself. It is unfortunate that the most popular genres are often like barely legal, in which case you can't necessarily determine that the actress in a barely legal porn video is actually the age of consent because we don't know where she came from. And of course, there are so many different websites where you can get your porn. You can go on Reddit, you can see like home posted porn, you can subscribe to someone's OnlyFans, blah blah blah. I just think like all porn is bad. There have been, I don't know what they're called, but there have been some recent small businesses trying to produce ethical porn where it's like by women for women or for queer people, and everybody is well informed and educated and consensually having sex with each other. And even then, I'm like, I think people should just like read a book or go outside. Femgooners in the big 26. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Wait. Saying you're addicted to porn is like saying you're addicted to sponge.
yeah.
I would say it's worse, probably. Femgooners are real Otney. Yes, Judo, I'm one of them. You have to address the elephants. What elephants? My
Am I
elephant
the
car.
elephant in the room? I don't know what a femcooner is now.
2016 type shit. No, I mean, they're real. I'm one. Hi. I don't actually watch anything, though, because I actually have an imagination, and my imagination works. I don't need to read stuff or watch stuff. I'm sorry. Rince,
Right,
do you know
so
what a goon
am
do you
I
know what
going
a
to have to Google femcooner is?
No, Rince, do not Google it. You might see something you don't want to see. I will define it for you.
Oh my god. Alright.
Okay, so gooning is a I'm not going to define this here. I'm going to message it. I'm going to message it to you. I'm going to message it to you.
There's a place in Cornwall called Goonhaven, and it's spelled
That's really fun. That sounds like goon heaven.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all I can think of. Femgooners, right?
Okay, Rince, I'm sending you a message on WhatsApp. I don't understand why people watch porn when they goon. Aren't people creative anymore? Just close your eyes and think you're
Okay. The edging, but for a woman. Okay.
I mean, it's a bit longer. Anyway, yeah, but
I don't need details. So.
but yeah, I don't know. I like at best, and I think it's worse than this. At best, like porn is sort of like just constantly eating junk food, where if you're doing it constantly, it's really bad for you. But I also think it's worse than that because of how it very frequently portrays women and how here's another thing, and I don't know why I'm bringing this up because this has nothing to do with the topic. I've been seeing articles and I've been hearing from women that their experiences with men have been surprisingly brutal, where they think it's normal to engage in choking or rape play and just plain old hooking up, when that is actually, first of all, that's bad. Don't do it. I don't care if you're into choking. Don't do it. You could die. But that is very much intense BDSM and not just the average sexual encounter that you might have. And people are believing that the reason that so many guys or even women thinking that it's normal to choke during sex is because of porn or erotica, which is like written porn. Speaking of hating things that teenage girls love, dark romances. I don't know if Renz would have anything to say about that, but I'm wondering if Judo or Alex would have opinions on dark romances. I do. Stop writing them. Do you know what do you know what a dark romance is, Renz?
Well, no. Explain.
Well, so it's a well, another word for it is consensual non-consent, where they'll basically like, I don't know, I guess pretend the woman doesn't want it and the guy will be super physical with her. If it's like a hetero dynamic, I mean, it could be the other way around too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
As
not
I
gonna finish this.
imagined, something I would hate. So make me feel right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a dark
What's it called?
romance. So a dark romance is a romance genre about dark topics, but it'll usually be like stalking or like falling in love with a serial killer, or a guy who's super possessive
Like
and
some of the
violent.
writing of yours that I know some of the listeners might not know that you're a writer.
Yeah, but I've
Yeah,
never written about falling in love with a serial killer. Have I? I have not.
you could easily do though.
Why would I want to?
You could easily write about falling in love with a serial killer.
But I don't
Because
think I could easily do it. I think I would cringe too hard.
no, you could easily write it. I think writing dark romance novels are a good way to get your fantasies out or whatever, but they shouldn't be published.
Yeah, so things that will happen a lot in dark romances, which is why like I'm particularly bothered by them, is the the main female character is set up to fall in love with this male character, and the male character will often sexually assault her, and she will later in hindsight think that she liked it, or it will be written in a sexy way, but he actually is violating her consent. He will be stalking her, he will be isolating her, he will become aggressive and possessive, and those are all really, really bad and abusive qualities, and they are romanticizing abuse. And I get it. Well, no, I don't get it, but it's one thing if a bored 30-year-old woman is just tip-tapping away on her keyboard and she's like, I need something exciting and crazy to get me off. But the fact that so many much younger girls are reading this, and at that point it's hard to sort of distinguish fantasy from reality. Like dark romances are really, really, really not for teenage girls, but a lot of teenage girls really like dark romances. Be $230 in debt in the BitGov or read a dark romance novel in one sitting. 230. Okay, 230 is not bad, but I think I'd rather just read the dark romance novel than not have $230. Aren't those top selling female stories? Yes, they are top selling female stories. And this is why I hate women. No, I'm just kidding. But like, women, please stop. Please have some respect for yourself. Stop it. Go to therapy. If you think it's hot for a man to sexually assault you and be possessive and aggressive, go to therapy. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I was going to make a joke about therapy, the rapist, therapist, the rapist. And yeah, no, I'm too scared.
Oh, they made a joke like that in Girl Interrupted. I recently watched Girl Interrupted. Why do men get so mad when girls do OnlyFans full time? I have a theory. Have people really gotten their fantasies out by making them, writing, drawing, animating? You know, I have fantasies and I get them out by not doing anything. I don't write them down. I really try not to write them down because as soon as I write them, I'm like, oh, I hate this actually. So I can't really understand people who like write it and publish it. Ha ha ha. Um,
Right. See, okay.
do you want to talk about what Alex is saying? Because I want to talk about that. I find that really interesting.
What Alex is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alex is talking about men who hate women who do OnlyFans full time. I have many, many opinions on this. First of all, I think OnlyFans as a website is very predatory because so many girls, once they turn 18, think, oh, this is a great way to make a ton of money with low effort really fast, without really understanding, because this is a difficult concept for 18-year-olds, that when you post something, and give it a paywall, that people will save and download that stuff, and they will circulate it, and you have lost control over it. As soon as you have published it, you've lost control over it. Men can save it to their hard drives. They can repost it on Reddit. I have seen that's bad. Okay. I'm aware that people have
and
posts.
also,
Yeah.
yeah, and whatever you choose to do after that, like career-wise, you could get whatever job. But yeah, that's always there. So you could become like a lawyer, a judge,
I mean,
um,
you could, but
an
I would.
accountant, a teacher, or whatever. And then
No,
yeah,
don't do it. No,
that's
don't be a teacher. Don't be a teacher. At least a teacher that
well,
teaches children. I don't know. I'm like, no. If you publish, um, pornography on the
No, but
internet,
that's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. You know, there's 20-year-olds doing this thing, and then
No, and I think it's
you
so
know
sad.
they're not
Yeah.
thinking about when they get to 30.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's so sad, and I think it's really really bad for women. I do think that OnlyFans is really bad for women. But yeah, I think it's bad for women. I don't think women are empowered when they have OnlyFans accounts or are selling stuff on OnlyFans. It's also kind of known in a lot of. I don't know why I know that. No, I know this. A lot of times when women do stuff with men on OnlyFans because people will pay to see a man do stuff to a woman, the man will not show his face because he's ashamed of what he's doing. And he doesn't want to get the negative attention that this woman is already getting for making that content. Or he doesn't want people to leak his face. And I just, oh my goodness, like just the dynamic makes me so mad. Um, one of my friends told me about like 20 different sites to get paid material for free from like Patreon and OF and stuff. Oh yeah, like Kimono, you can get free Patreon stuff. Um, so I understand going into that kind of profession full time 2026. No, absolutely not. I think it's predatory. I think it's stupid. Don't do it. But I will say like the amount of negativity that these OnlyFans women get from the men who pay for them. The reason that so many women are going into this is because they are making a pretty easy profit. They might not be making that much, but they do get to make a minimum wage at the very least by just hanging out in their bedroom. Now I think uh never paying for porn ever. I think I just, I'll go a step above that. I won't even watch porn for free. I won't even get paid to watch porn. I mean, well, maybe if I'm reviewing it, I would do it for money. I like money. Yeah.
I must admit, I've been tempted to go. Yeah, I'll make an OnlyFans website, like page or
You
whatever.
should. We need more
Sorry,
men in the industry. We need more men in the industry.
shut up.
We need more older people in the industry too. Like, why is it all
Oh
young
my
people?
god, right, okay, offensive. Yeah, I'll be like the niche market of yeah.
But I
Uh,
do want to say, well, I don't have any women watching me who are gonna go into OnlyFans, but I do want to say for women, like 18-year-old women who like want to get into do OnlyFans. Um, Men don't have respect for women who do OnlyFans. I say this as a neutral statement. It does kind of suck because like these men will pay for them, but it's sort of like, oh, you're like a dirty whore, you're only good for this one thing, but you're not actually deserving of respect. No, you've participated in
yeah,
this. But yeah, but women who go into OF at 18, very unlikely to find a boyfriend or get married. Because men generally, most men don't want to date or marry a woman that many people have seen on the internet naked. Um, I sort of get it.
no, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but you know, people are making a lot of money from it. And like I said, and yes, I am being a bit facetious, maybe.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I I would do an OnlyFans thing if I knew that I would get £1,000 a month or something. Yeah, I I'd show my big fat belly and my little winky. Yeah, great. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, no,
So
yeah,
Judo, I did read your
it's.
post, your green text toaster thing. What, how do you want me to
I
respond
mean,
to this?
sorry, can I finish the comment?
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm
Right,
interrupting you
yeah,
again.
I would maybe not do it, but yeah, I get it. If you need money, well, why not?
Oh, that's so sweet. You do that for me.
Not for you, you bastard. for anyone who rinse fucking rules. Oh, thank you. Yes, I do. I bloody will. I don't effing roll because we want to keep the swear words down here. Yeah, but yeah, I do effing roll. I do.
Judo, how do you want me to respond to your toaster meme? I'm assuming the point of the here, Rince, let me send it to you. It is in the server and you are in the server, but I'll send it to you directly, so that you can read it. Feel free to read it out loud if you want. That's what letting your fantasies out turns to. Oh, actually, yeah, although that can be like the worst thing possible. I could make a whole video about the website called, or no, just the concept of hurtcore. I kind of did already. Once you make it real in some form, it's easier to expand on it. Yeah, and then like people enable you to go out and do that in person, but I'm thinking of something very, very specific. Rince, I sent you a very strange image of text.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Talk me through it. Before internet, I want to F toasters. Yes, my favourite thing. Don't be effing. Grow up. Yeah.
What the is hurtcore? That sounds like a really okay, so Judo was talking about like an example of somebody with a niche fetish and how this person went on the internet and found other people with this fetish. So hurtcore is a word for that describes the torture, the intentional torture and infliction of people for your sexual gratification. And it is often for like very, very, very young little people. And there were and probably are websites on the dark web whose purpose is to provide videos like that and footage and photos like that for people. Sorry, there's a bug on my computer. I'm getting really distracted by this doggo bug. Sorry. Right. Hurtcore. Yeah. So in the early 2010s, there was a website called Hurt to the Core. What I miss?
No, sorry. Why does Rink sound 68 and 20 at the same time? Because he's an old man with a young voice.
I will say he sounds much younger in person. I remember when I was hanging out with you in person, I was like, oh my gosh, you sound so much younger. And that's because your voice is not distorted by the audio, because it's not 2 million o'clock in the morning for you and you're sleep deprived.
Yeah. Well, true. But I just love the how specific. 68. Not 60 or 70. No, 68. He sounds 68. 68.
That's almost 70, but not quite out of your 50s.
Yeah. But he's double Juto. Are you saying he's wise? Is that about me? I'm wise.
This is like the turtle from Wait, have you seen that?
I haven't. I hope it's a compliment.
I mean,
Also,
it is. He's a great guy. I mean, he is great, but he is like a million years old, so.
Okay. But yeah, okay. I'd rather be like the turtle out of Nemo. You know the.
Crush? I think his name is.
You gotta ride the bloody wave. You bloody Australian bugger.
His name is.
Do you remember? If we've lost Otney, then we've lost everything. Huh? You're muted. You're muted. You are.
Oh.
I'm scared. I'm putting the glasses back on.
And it's not working.
Right, aren't we? Huh?
Hello?
Yay! Okay.
Okay, my computer lost my mic connection for some reason. What happened?
Right. Can they hear you on the live stream?
Let me see. Testing. Yeah, okay. I see my voice is connected. I don't know why I disconnected, guys. I'm sorry.
Awesome. Right.
I was trying to find pictures of Master Oogway for you guys, and then just like this nonsense happened.
Right, Ollie's back, everybody. I'm sorry if you had to listen to me heavy breathing for 5 minutes. Where is she?
Okay. Rinse, here's a picture of Master Oogway. I'm sending it to you.
Oh, well, this is where the problem started. Ollie's back from the mines.
You know, I recently watched the Minecraft movie on the airplane, and I fell asleep. So that tells me that tells you everything you need to know about the Minecraft movie. It put me to sleep.
I love it.
I watched the first 20 minutes of it, and then I was out, and then I woke up, and everybody was friends, and they were fighting pigmen or piglins.
Pigman. Yeah, well.
Toya! Hi, Toya. I've missed you. You missed our entire discussion. And this is because she. Yeah. Oh, Toya, I'm gonna be in your state in the very beginning of April, the first 3 days of April. I'm gonna be in your state. I don't know if we'll be able to meet up though because you live in a very big state. I commonly fly in planes back and forth because like I'm super rich and I travel. So I'm all about that hustle, yo. That's what a real Sigma bro is.
Do people just commonly fly in planes?
I fly in a plane every day to work. My private plane.
I'm scared of flying. Are you?
Wait, no, because I fly all the time. You should fly.
Yeah.
See, this is why you won't visit me, because you're afraid of flying. You have to overcome that fear so you can see me.
Well, I do. I will never let it stop me flying. I won't. But I am scared of it. And I hate it. And I sit there and I'm like, oh, God. oh, they're doing the whole thing like, your life vest is under your seat. Here's your seatbelts. And it's like, when I get on a bus, they don't do that. Like, oh, if the bus crashes, you must grab the nearest granny, so that it's a soft landing. When none of that happens. But it's scary.
Does a
Like,
granny mean
and the
something
takeoff.
different for you? What does a granny mean to you? What are you talking about?
Sorry, to be honest, I don't know what I was talking about. I was saying like grab a granny and the bus for a soft landing. I don't know. Anyway, but on an airplane, my favorite part is the free movies. Right, on a flight, I imagine. Ty's talking about. But no, oh, James, I don't know. Yeah, I'm talking shit. But no, but the longest flight I've been on is probably, I think, four and a bit hours. To Turkey. Okay. So, and that's so
Oh, right,
I've
you went
never
to
done a
Turkey.
long haul flight, right?
Wait, sorry,
And
how long is that? Is that like 5 hours?
no, like four,
Oh,
and
okay.
a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So like 5 hours then.
No, four and a bit, not five.
I mean,
But
if you did have four and a bit, wouldn't you want to round it up to 5?
no, 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 I don't want to round it up to 5.
Did you miss my joke?
Uh, it might have been. There's some flights might be 6 or 7 hours.
Guys, chat, he
6,
didn't get my
7
joke.
hours.
Chat, he
Oh.
didn't get my
Yeah, I
joke.
didn't.
Chat, am I cooked? Europeans can just talk to other countries. I can too. I talk to other countries all the time. That's why I'm always in planes.
Hey, well, yeah, Europeans can just talk to other countries. We used to be able to. Britain used to be able to talk to other countries, but then we voted to leave the EU, so now we can pretty
EU.
much just talk to Americans.
Actually, something very cool about I would say Great Britain. I don't know. I don't remember the difference between the Great Britain and the UK. Is
Do you
it?
want me to? I can tell you, but
It's one
tell
of
your
the
story.
Irelands, right?
Yeah.
I forgot which
So,
Ireland.
yeah. So, Great Britain is England, Wales, Scotland, and the United Kingdom is England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland.
Okay. So Aer Lingus is an Irish Airlines. I don't know if it's Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland.
Uh,
But if you are a European flying with Aer Lingus, there is you will leave your country in Europe and you will make a stop in Aer Lingus or in Ireland, and then you will get out of the plane, go through passport control, and then get on a flight and then go to the United States, and then you don't have to go through passport control. And that's pretty awesome.
yeah. 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 I imagine it's awesome. So I'm distracted by people saying goodbye to Saturn.
Yes, by Saturn.
Yeah, bye Saturn. Also, Saturn, before you go, if you can still hear, Saturn is one of my favourite planets.
Oh, it's actually my favorite planet.
Which one? Saturn.
Saturn, yeah. It's always been my favorite planet. And Stegosaurus has
Oh,
always been my favorite dinosaur.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
no. It has no. The best dinosaur is the Diplodocus.
Well, since you can't even pronounce it, I'm assuming you're a fake fan, poser.
Diplodocus. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but
how you should pronounce it. Yeah, it's not the Diplodocus, it's the Diplodocus.
let me look at them. Diplodocus.
It's like, well, I'm a fan of the planets as well. Your favourite planet is Saturn. Mine is Uranus.
Ha 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 ha.
So yeah, so
Diplodocus. Diplodocus.
yeah, yeah, and
Oh, this
yeah,
does look really cool. I still like Stegosaurus more though.
people have favourite planets.
Who's
I
Dude,
forgot
it's
any.
my second favorite, but I couldn't use my favorite as my stage name. Oh, is that what you're making your music? Because the Neptunes already exist, so I went with my second. Cool, cool. But Neptune is so boring compared to Saturn. I mean, it doesn't have any rings. And Uranus is cool because, I mean, well, it does have rings. Neptune does have rings, but it has little rings, so you don't even draw the rings because they're little.
I want to say, right. So Otney, can you see me?
I
You
can see
can.
you, Rince. I don't think anyone
Yeah.
else can. Or, well, no one else should because I'm not, um, I don't have my camera recording my
I hope
screen.
they can't see me 'cause it's stupid. But I think I've showed you it before.
Oh, right. Yes,
Can you
yes.
see?
You have the planets on your wrist, and I think that's really cool.
On my wrist, yeah. And right, and I really hope everybody here is over 18 to see this. But right, so you can see them,
I can see them.
yeah. So it's
All
the
right. So,
planets.
so chat. Rince is wearing a what looks to be a leather strap watch on his right wrist, and above that,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're mirror image to me right now. And then above that is the line of planets tattooed. Um, or maybe it is. Okay. It is somewhat size accurate, where the first four planets are very tiny, and Mercury and Mars are very tiny compared to Earth and Venus. And then there is giant Jupiter and Saturn, and then Uranus and Neptune. But yeah, it's a very cool
Uranus.
Uranus and Neptune.
Uranus. But what up? Uh, oh, I can't say it.
Why
'Cause
not?
it'll just
Tell
ruin.
me, please.
So so like about a year ish
Yeah,
after a year ish after I got it done, this
hmm
tattoo. So the planet's on my wrist. Okay, so imagine in your head, everybody, and it's
By the
in
way,
black
Toya
ink.
said you are 5.
Um, I showed it to somebody
hmm
and said, "Oh, this is the planet," and they said, "Oh, it looks like." I'm gonna message it to you, Otney.
Did they insult it? Because anybody who would insult a planet tattoo is a monster.
No, no, it's fine to be. No, it wasn't an insult, and
Oh, okay.
I don't give a shit anyway. But uh, I'm gonna.
Wait, message
Uh,
it to me.
uh, right. Uh, so right, Otney, look
Yeah, I
at it.
see. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
looking. Okay, I'm excited. Guys, oh, uh, I don't
That's what.
participate in that little community of people who do that, but I think I've seen a photo and they really don't. And also, why would you say that? See, that is something a man would say to another man and then be like, "Oh, women can't be around because I can't say that in front of a woman." And I'd be like, "Maybe you should have kept your mouth shut. Like maybe it wasn't that funny." That's that's sort of like I don't know. It's sort of unfun. I don't know. I'm glad you told me, but I found it rather unfun. Guys, I watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. Does anyone care? Does anyone have any opinions? I also watched Emily Dickinson. It's a it's a 3-season show. It's quite
Oh, Toya said, "Prince, you are 5."
She did indeed say that.
Prince, you are 5. Like 5 years old.
I don't know. I'm
Uh,
scared.
yeah, that's sounding very us. You said, I do mean, I'm not Australian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Toya.
go on. Sorry.
All right. Well, I watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. I don't know. I kept seeing clips on YouTube, just short clips. So, Rinse. The Summer I Turned Pretty is about a freshly 16-year-old girl named Isabel, or she goes by Belly throughout the entire show. And every year she goes to her mom's rich friend's house and spends the entire summer there. And her mom's friend has a couple of hot boys about her age, and she's always kind of had a crush on the girl, Belly. Has always kind of had a crush on both of them, but she's had a much bigger crush on one of them named Conrad. So the boys' names are Conrad and Jeremiah, which is weird because I feel like the type of parents to name one son Conrad would not be the same type of parents who would name a child Jeremiah, but I'm nitpicking. Toya, I did like it. Did I that's an interesting word. I was invested, I will say. Um, I think that there's something about this show that's very cozy. I just want to sit down and do a bunch of artwork while watching or listening to the show. Connor's such a weird name. Wait, so Toya, did you watch it and are you Team Conrad or Jeremiah? Because I have to say, I'm kind of team neither because I think Belly should grow up and stop playing with these poor boys' hearts. Okay, so Rinse, during season one, Um, Belly finally confesses to Conrad how she feels about him, and Conrad, in turn, also likes Belly. And Belly's like, "Great, I've been in love with Conrad for years. I've imagined getting married to him all my life. Yes, yes, yes." But Conrad is having a really hard time being emotionally mature during the first show. So he's leading her on, he's giving her hints, and then he's pulling back, and then he's like, "What kind of gargoyle names their daughter Eugenie?" I don't know, but I read a Marquis de Sade book about a girl named Eugenie, or however you would pronounce that in French. I've only seen the trailer and a bit of episode 1, so absolutely no camp yet. Um, okay, well basically at the end of season 1, Belly ends up with Conrad, but she spends most of season 1 flirting and dating Jeremiah. In season 2, she has broken up with Conrad because he was a bad boyfriend, and she ends up and with Jeremiah at the end of the second season. So first she was with Conrad, then she was with Jeremiah. She ends up being with Jeremiah for the next 3 years. Then they have a rough patch, but then they decide to get over the rough patch with Jeremiah asking her to marry him. They're about 21 at this point. So they decide to get married, and then in the meantime, Belly's like, "Wait, I think I still have feelings for Conrad. I'll never stop loving Conrad." And then Jeremiah's like, "Okay, well then I guess I can't marry you if you're still in love with my brother." And then Belly's like, "Okay, well I'm gonna go to France now." And so she spends about a year in Paris, and Conrad keeps writing her, and then
No, sorry, carry on. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
What?
I panicked because I pressed the wrong button. But now that I have interrupted, I will.
So
I,
the gist
I
of the
wanted to
show is
lightly comment.
Belly hopping back and forth between these two brothers, which kind of sucks for both the poor boys. Like, a lot of the show highlights Belly's choice and autonomy in deciding which boy she wants, but I have to consider the ethical aspect of it's really cruel to your ex-boyfriend to date his brother. Rince, please stop deleting messages.
I didn't mean to delete a message. I'm trying to heart a message.
Okay, Judo, here's the thing. A true love triangle has to be queer. Because a true love triangle means one person loves the other person who loves the first person. But if you're talking about like a love corner where two people love one person and the person ping pongs back and forth between them, it's a love corner. But yeah, no, that sucks. And I would definitely not compete with my sister for the same person because ew. Or my brother for the same person because ew, he's 5 years younger than me and that would be disgusting. So I would not be doing that. No one judo except
How do I
delete.
undelete it?
It's okay, doesn't matter. You can't delete the message. You can't undelete it. Judo said what kind of what? What kind of gargoyle names their daughter Eugenie?
Yeah, yeah, and
So when
this.
we talked about dark romances, first of all, this is not a dark romance. But this is one of those like fantasies that I imagine somebody has. So this, I guess, appeals to somebody whose fantasy is to have two hot brothers fight over them. Why? Why do you want two hot brothers specifically to fight over you? Why can't they just not be related? Why do they have to be brothers? But yeah, and it's very clear that Jenny Han, the author, wanted Belly to dabble in both boys. That's why even though Conrad is endgame, which means that he's gonna be the boy that she's destined to end up with, Belly still has to spend 3 years with Jeremiah, so we could milk as much out of Jeremiah as we could. So I left that story being like, okay, Belly should have dated neither of them. She should not be in a relationship. Is too she is too serially monogamous. And by that I mean she is too addicted to being in a relationship with somebody. And she really needs time to grow as an independent young woman outside a relationship. Now, am I being hypocritical by saying that? Yes, because I don't like being single because bad things happen to me when I'm single. But I will say, like, Belly's need to jump back and forth between two brothers. The fact that Belly struggles not to kiss one of the brothers when she's alone with either of them is a problem, and she should take a long time away from both of them so they can all get over there. Um, but I did leave the story feeling very, very sorry for Jeremiah. Wait, why? Wait, I don't understand. You're waving at me. What's going on? Oh, did you send me something?
No, I was waving.
Oh, well, hello. But I felt very, very sympathetic for Jeremiah because he's in love with this girl who was in love with his brother, will always be in love with his brother, um, plays with him, convinces him that, oh, she really loves him this time, she's never gonna leave him. But then she still has feelings for his brother, like, ew. I feel like once I fall in love, everything goes wrong. Um, Rinse, cover your ears, yucky, yucky, girly talking romance time. Um,
Oh
I
yeah.
I do like the motivation that being in love with somebody gives me, how it motivates me to want to work harder, be more creative, get more inspiration. I like that. And I love, 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 love being in a secure, committed relationship. I love that. I love that. Um,
Yeah. But I guess, yeah, being in a secure, loving relationship is comfortable. But um, all the stuff before that, like having the date and stuff, and I guess that's exciting. It's like meet a new person, blah, blah, blah. But and we've talked about this. I love a bed to myself. I love having my flat to myself. I have nobody to answer to. Uh, no, I love it. And the thought of being in a relationship again is just, I don't know, it's just, it's the last thing I would want. And that's not me being miserable or not believing in love, but it's me just going, actually, I I really love um, having a flat to myself, a bed to myself, and uh, well, I'll let you finish uh, the the joke. But yeah, uh, yeah,
seriously delusional when I like it. Interesting. I mean, so I've only been in two I would consider serious relationships in my life. Um, Rince is a happy single Pringle. Probably.
yeah. I'm a happy single Pringle. It's my
Um,
favourite thing.
yeah, I was in two, I would say, serious
Okay, sorry.
relationships, and both of them are pretty similar. I was messaging somebody online from another country, and we got very, very close, very, very fast. Um, so I guess like that's that's kind of nice because in those situations you're
Mm,
not looking for anybody. At least in my case, I was not looking for anybody. I just happened to talk to somebody that I would never have expected to fall in love with, and then I ended up just enjoying talking to them all the time. And then eventually, I had to come to terms with, wait, I think I'm in love with this person. I'm in love with this person, and I'm afraid. Well, I wasn't afraid of the first person, but like, oh, I'm afraid of this person leaving me, or I never want to lose this person. Actually, I kind of want this person in my life all the time. At least that's how it works for me. If I like when I start talking to somebody and I feel a special connection, I'm like, wow, I don't want to ever think about this person ever leaving my life. And that happens to me pretty quickly within the span of a couple of weeks, maybe. Um, and if it doesn't happen within 2 weeks, then it's just not gonna happen. I
mm.
have found. Um, no, I have attempted when I was single, I did attempt to meet people on Tinder, and I had a really bad time with that because um I guess according to Tinder I'm ugly or something and I never get matches. But I did match with this one person on Tinder who was so 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 interesting, so similar to me. I mean, you remember her.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I was getting pissed. Yeah, yeah. No,
yeah,
go on.
I got so crazy about her so quickly. Aw, my current relationship just texted me, "Good morning, sweetheart." Sorry. I know, cringe, cringe, cringe. Okay, so yeah, I have a hard time finding people that I fall in love with really, really quickly. They tend to probably need to be neurodivergent, like have autism or ADHD or something, and she definitely did. I mean, when she and I did eventually meet up, this girl that I met on Tinder, um, she was carrying around this pencil with a little scrap of tape taped to it, and she would like wave it around absentmindedly. Like that was her little fidget toy. And I thought that was the cutest thing ever. Our conversations were so interesting. She would just bring up a controversial topic and we would just discuss it. And I loved that so much. Or we would talk about literature, we would talk about philosophy. She was so so interesting to talk to. And she was very very similar to me. She had a phase in her life where she identified as a guy for a few years and believed she has had gender dysphoria for a few years. And when she was a kid, she had read a psychology book and related more to male psychology than female psychology. So I was like, wow, this girl is literally my dream girl, and I find her so beautiful too, and her personality is so interesting. Um,
Mm,
and I felt I felt so secure so quickly, and I think it was because after like before I had met her, I had broken up with my ex-boyfriend who is now currently my boyfriend. And I was having a hard time falling in love again. And that's because I realized, oh, I'm very much not straight. but it was so easy to fall in love with her. And at first, I was just excited that I was falling in love with again because it had been so long. Um, so that was exciting. And then meeting up with her, I was excited. I
Yeah.
wasn't nervous. I was just really excited, and I had such a good time with her. And I was like, wow, this went so well. I want to be with her all the time. And then I went home and I texted her like, oh, like I wish at some point there were some points where like I wanted to kiss you or I wanted to touch your hair, and she was like, yeah, me too. And then like weeks later she was saying, oh, like I totally rejected you, like I didn't want to date you. And I was like, what? And yeah,
And
anyway,
you said fall in love. You fell in love. Did you?
I mean, I wanted what was best for her. The more I learned about her and her personality, the more I liked her. My perception of her wasn't unrealistic. It was what she was telling me. And I found everything about her wonderful, or most things about her wonderful. Obviously there are some things about somebody that you don't like. Um, but I guess she didn't feel the same way about me, and she sort of led me on a little bit because she liked the attention, and that kind of sucked.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And yeah, and then I got back together with my ex-boyfriend. So yeah, I don't like being single.
I love it. I love it.
I love that you
When
love it.
yeah. When you get to 38, yeah, Mom, if you're still together, that's fine. And yeah, I love that. Great, be together. But at 38, it's I just love it. I embrace being single. It's like giving up alcohol. Like I've given up uh, relationships. It's brilliant. It's really brilliant. I can go to bed every night and sleep, put my legs anywhere I want, fart as much as I want.
Really, I let my boyfriend fart as much as he wants when he's in bed.
Well, I, I would never fart freely if I knew somebody else was in the bed.
Well, he
Would
does
you?
because it makes me laugh, so.
Well, okay. Well, okay. That works for you. That was no, not for me. I want a bed. I want a bed on my
I
own.
I feel I sleep much better when I'm holding somebody or being held. So I'm very different from you. I wish I could be like you, Rins. Like I feel
Yeah,
really.
but I have like I have a donkey actually at the minute.
No, you don't. What are you talking about?
I do. I have a donkey.
Like a real live donkey?
Not a real life one, a cuddly donkey. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, yeah. I don't need a man to cuddle when we go to bed. I have a donkey.
Do you have like a
It's ridiculous.
stuffed donkey? I'm confused.
It's a little stuffed donkey. Yeah, it's a whole joke.
So,
Um,
so
yeah.
Toya, I met my boyfriend, Excited Eraser, on um in London, sort of. No, not in London. Well, in his country in December 2024. And one time, he was getting into bed and he just farted and I just laughed. And that was when he was like, oh, okay, it's okay if I fart then. And that was that. And I don't know. There's something about his and my relation. I swear I'm not joking. There's something about his and my relationship where we can barely smell each other's farts. So like the gross
Oh my god.
odor, no, the gross odor of it is taken out, and it's just a funny sound.
Okay.
You know how like, well, on completely differently though. Usually, when you're dating somebody or attracted to somebody, you're also attracted to their smell. In our case, we just can't smell
What
each
that
other's
smell?
farts. They're not farts. We just can't
Oh,
smell each other's. We
oh,
don't like it. We just can't smell it.
jeez. Well, okay. Yeah, maybe. I, I, Right, okay, no comment. If it works for you, brilliant. But I will refer back to my previous statement that I like to be in bed by myself with no other person, and I'd prefer a lift to be that way as well. If I'm in a lift, I don't want any other people in there. No,
Oh, I
because
agree.
they
I
might.
agree. I
Yeah.
don't like people.
No, no, it's not about. No, you've created a different discussion here.
We were talking about
It's
lifts. I don't
I
want to
don't
be in.
like people. I don't like people. Maybe you don't either. But but you like certain people's farts.
I don't like
And
anybody's
that's what
farts.
certain people's
I
certain
don't like
people's
anybody's
farts you
farts.
like.
I just can't smell my boyfriend's farts, and I think they're funny. No, no,
Um,
no. A lift
well,
is an elevator in the UK, Toya.
oh yeah, what's that question? Yeah,
Well,
you.
because you said lift, and she was assuming you mean a lift like an Uber. We have a type of taxi Uber thing called LYFT, which is slightly more
Oh,
bougie.
okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, not a lift. Yeah, an elevator.
An
Did
elevator.
I say it good? Did I say it American enough? Elevator.
Elevator. Yes, you said it great.
Ah, thanks.
Sooty, not fluent in British. I don't know if you meant to spell it Sooty, but that's really funny.
Sooty, not fluent in British. Sooty, not fluent. It's okay. It's alright. I am not fluent in the Swedish. Johnson.
I think I'm getting pretty close to wrapping up. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you think we should talk about, Rince?
Uh, we could do. We could do some jokes.
We could, but I'm not good at that.
Yeah. Well, I'm great at it, so that's all right.
All right.
Okay. So the
Tell us
first.
a joke. Tells us a joke, Rince.
Okay. So the first joke I'm going to tell goes like this. So a man goes to a petrol station, gas station, um, uh, to buy his wife a bunch of flowers.
Okay.
And I can't remember the whole joke. I'm going to have to
Oh
think
boy.
about that. So bear with me. Right. Um, it's a very delicate joke. It has to be told correctly. So no, I'm going to leave that one. Um, but my favourite joke. Otney has heard this before. It's my favourite joke. Do you know that they've found a cure for homosexuality?
Oh, this joke.
It's lip
What?
balm. Yeah. If you rub it
Mm-hmm.
on your ass, it'll keep the chaps away.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Hey.
Very good.
Yeah, funny. It's a good one. It's a good one. Where did the what did the policeman say to his belly button?
You're under a vest.
Way. Yes.
Yay.
Yeah. You're under a vest. Another joke. What do you call a lesbian dinosaur?
Oh, I don't know.
Lickalotopus. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But
I'm sorry.
that's a funny
I'm
one.
sorry, Toya. Do you want your money back?
Okay, mate. Okay, yeah, not that. Oh, okay, right, here we go. Right, I'm gonna bring the big guns out now.
Mm-hmm.
What
I'm getting rather sleepy.
What's blue and smells like paint?
What?
Blue paint.
Oh, of course.
That was rubbish. What's long, hard, and full of semen?
A boat?
A submarine.
That's horrible.
Um, what do the, do you have a joke, Toya? Yes, I need a refund. I will send you money, Toya. Yes, money that I didn't pay for. Oh, there was no money paid. No, I was gonna give a refund for my terrible jokes.
My nose is running. I'm sick again. I'm gonna die.
You won't die.
I will.
Not, we're not that lucky. So that is a comical nose blow.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I muted myself for most of it so YouTube wouldn't
Oh,
be
so they didn't hear.
violated. No, I didn't mute it for you. You get to hear the full volume.
Thank you for letting me hear the full blow.
Yeah.
Wow, Rince.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I fear that I will have to end tonight's live stream, but I was not expecting to do a live stream tonight. I'm very glad I did. So yeah, I thank you everybody for watching. I appreciated it. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. I was about to blow us a kiss, Rince. I'm about to give us a kiss.
Mwah. Okay, see you.
All right. Goodbye. Thank you for watching, Toya. Thank you for watching.